Okay, so we're going to get started on Spirit Night number one. For those of you that don't know, we are going to be doing a drawing at the end of the week. So on Friday, we will do a drawing to see who's going to get to win a one-on-one call with our regional sales manager, Lori Lambert. You'll get one-on-one coaching from her, help, and I'm telling you, whenever I say that she has helped launch my, like basically relaunch my business again, got me out of a big funk, she has helped a ton. Same for Terry. That's actually how we met each other, is through Lori. So
Yeah.
she's an incredible leader and somebody you really want to connect with and have those one-on-ones with, if you're not already. So anyways, you get an entry every single night whenever you show up. We're not going to take attendance until the end of the Zoom. That way we're holding you guys accountable for not logging out, because if you log out, you didn't really attend and listen to the whole thing. So we're going to do attendance at the end. But I'm going to go ahead and dive in. Our topic tonight is DT focused, okay? Everything that we're going to be teaching you guys this week is going to really help you for the announcements that are coming, and they're going to blow your mind. They're going to blow your mind. Like, even Terry was like, let's tell them. And I was like, no, it's going to blow their mind. Like, we got to wait.
I should tell them. Like,
I
no.
know. I'm such a big mouth, too. I'm like, I just want to call and tell everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
But anyway, so we're going to DT focus tonight. What I do and what I like to teach my girls is to focus on distributors the first half of the month. So from the 1st to the 15th, I focus on nothing but distributors, okay? If I get customers, great. I'm still doing host to post, so I'm still trickling products in, but I'm mainly distributor focused. So the first half of the month, I really like getting in my stories and talking about the business opportunity a lot more than normal. I'll do a lot more DT messages than I normally would. That's whenever I cycle through and I do all of the DT tasks. I really like doing that at the beginning of the month for my DT push, because I want them to get started at the first of the month. So I have that full month to be able to get their 4-in-1 with them and work with them. So I would encourage you to pick a time. You should always be offering the business opportunity all month long, but pick a time in the month that works best for you and give yourself a DT push. We should all be focused after you have gotten your 4-in-1 the first time. You should really start focusing on distributors, you guys. DTs is where you're going to make the most of your money. Yes, you can't get paid if you don't have customers under you. That is true. But I'm telling you, if you will start focusing on distributors, your customers will come. Like, naturally, they will come. And you're going to be getting paid off of your team's customers and etc. So if you really want to make money and not just like a money, you know, like if you want to make more than $20, you need to be focusing on distributors. That's where your money is going to start coming in, and where you're going to really start seeing some duplication in your checks and in your team and all the things. Y'all see me looking down a lot because I got notes, because I couldn't keep everything in my brain and keep it all straightened out. So anyway, the more DTs you make, the more money you're going to make. Some are going to stick. So whenever you enroll DTs, if you've had distributors under you before, you know this. And if you haven't, you're going to know this. Some people are going to stick and some people aren't. This business is a numbers game. So as you start enrolling distributors, go into it with the mindset of everybody's going to win. But just know that if they quit, it's not always on you. Okay. People quit all the time. I signed, how many did I sign last month? 2 or 3? I can't remember. But anyways, out of that, I have one girl that's still actively working from last month. And so that happens to all of us. Some people are here for a short period of time. Some people are here for lifetime, you know, and then others are here for a couple days and then they're going to ghost you. I have signed people up before for, like, they paid the full thing, not even on a payment plan, and then they quit like after step number 1 of training. Like, log into your eSuite, and they were like, deuces, that's too hard. So people are going to quit, okay? It's just inevitable. That's part of business. It's the same thing at McDonald's. Why do you think they are always hiring? Okay. People just don't have a work ethic these days. And this business isn't always for everyone. So don't let that discourage you, and go into that knowing that. But also know that it is your job as their leader to teach them all the things and to bring them to your leaders, and let us help you pour into them, so that you're leading them to the water, but you can't make them drink. That old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink out of it. So anyways, They are never going to do more than you either. So as you're bringing in new DTs, just know that if you aren't personally doing the things, they are not going to do it. So if you're telling them in training to do follow-ups, or if we're in a group chat and I'm telling them to do follow-ups, they join with you. They didn't sign up through me on my website. So they are going to be, even if I'm helping you with it, or even if they are watching my page or Ashlyn's page or Terry's page, they're not going to mimic what we're doing. They're going to mimic what you are doing. They're going to be like, I'm going to pick on somebody. Madison, I'm picking on her. They're going to be like, Madison isn't following up. And I'm not saying she's not, but Madison's not following up. So why would I follow up? Like, she never followed up with me. I never got anything. Madison, I'll see her doing any host to post whenever they're shouting out host to post. So why would I do that? Or I only see her getting up, 2 or 3 a day. So that's all I'm going to do. So they're never going to outwork you ever. And actually, they're usually only going to do half of what you're doing. So if you're getting up 5 host to post a day, they're probably only going to get up 1 to 2 a day. If you're sending out, 100 messages a day, they might send out 20 to 30. So they're only going to do half of what you're doing 9 times out of 10, and they're never going to do more than you. So you've always got to make sure that you're keeping yourself accountable. And as you're growing your team, that you're truly growing your team with the mindset of a leader and somebody that truly wants to be owning their own business, not somebody who's trying to have a side hobby. Because if you're running it with the mindset of, oh, I'm going to make $1 here and $1 there, and we're going to get 20 bucks, you're running it like a side hobby, you need to look at it like a business. Who can I help? Be people oriented, not you oriented. Go into it with a leadership mindset. And if you think you're not a leader, get that out of your head. How many people on here is a mom? Even if you're a dog mom, doesn't matter. You're a mom. That counts. How many people is a grandma? Okay. There's some grandmas. I don't know how the heck Rosa is a grandma. She a fine grandma. I don't know what she's drinking in her coffee in the mornings, but I'm gonna need some. Okay. But anyway, so you're already a leader. If you're a mom or a grandma and you are an influence to a child, guess what you're doing? You're teaching them leadership every day. They're going to follow you. My girls, every single day, if I put on makeup, guess what they're going to do? They're going to put on makeup. If I wear a leopard, they want to wear a leopard with mom. If I'm wearing a dress, I'm influencing my kids every single day. And it's the same thing here. Whenever I'm like thinking about my team, I'm like, oh, it's all my babies. Look, I got this baby in this box and this baby in this box. It's just a bunch of babies. And we sometimes treat you guys like babies, and we baby you guys a little bit because we love you. And we're like, don't mess with my team because I will cut you, just like if you were messing with my children. So it's kind of like the same thing. You have an influence over them. So whenever you're signing team, keep that in mind. They are your babies, okay? Protect them at all costs and also lead them in the right direction. So do the things that you need to do so that they will then mimic that and do the things that they need to do as well. Trying to make sure that I've done everything. Yes. Terry, I'm going to let you share some things as well.
Okay. Hey guys, thanks so much for hopping on. So this will be a week-long little coaching type training for you guys, like Becca said, to set us all up for a really great beginning of the month. So for those of you who don't know me, because some of you are on my team, some of you are on Becca's team, but we're all like a big happy family here. Okay. Becca and I are like soul sisters. Like she's like the Southern Belle version of me. But what I was gonna say is, we want to set you guys up for a really great beginning of the month, but you can start like today. Don't think you have to start till like April 1st, okay? But one thing I want to start out with, because I love interaction, so I want to see you in the chat. First of all, I want you to tell me, how long have you been in? How long have you been in? For me, I've been in going on 7 years on April 8th. So I've been here a while. I'm an OG. Yes, Becca, you're an OG too. I love to see that. So going on 7 years. And I also want you to tell me how you found out about this opportunity. Was it through Instagram? Was it through Facebook? Did somebody message you? Was it through TikTok? Yes. Okay. Yeah, you can shout out your enroller too. Or you can just like tell us how you found out about this. Was it a message that you got? Because for me, it was an old coworker I used to work with at the bank. She messaged me after I liked some of her pictures. I never commented. I just liked her pictures. And one in specific, I remember it was her husband who didn't have hair. And on the second picture, he had hair. And I was like, I've met this man. We've all gone out to lunch. I knew he didn't have hair. So how did he get hair? So I just liked it. But she messaged me. So whenever you're thinking, oh, are my messages gonna are they gonna matter? They matter. I'm here almost 7 years later because of a message. And her message to me was literally just, hey, are you I saw you liking my stuff. Do you by any chance want more information about any of our products, or maybe even like doing the business with me and making some money? And I'm like, I was already like business oriented with like the bank and everything and me wanting to be an entrepreneur. And I'm like, okay, tell me a little bit more about the business. She's like, I'll call you. Phone call right there. She called me. Okay. So I just wanted to give that insight. Also, I want to ask, how long did it take you to join? Drop it in the chat. How long did it take you from the initial time you talked to your enroller, if you remember, to the time you joined? For me, it was like a week, not because I didn't want to, but because I didn't have the money yet. So again, don't get frustrated when people don't have the money. But I signed up before I got paid. And I was like, okay, because I was like very budget oriented. So I was like, okay, I have money for my cell phone bill. I have money for this. I went straight to YouTube to look up training videos, and I saw an old leader here that used to be with the company. I saw her saying how she paid with her, she extended her phone bill and she paid with that money. And I was like, I can do that. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. So I did that. I literally called her. I'm like, run my card. I'm ready to get started now. Okay. And so I'm just reading through these things, a day, couple days, 6 months, or not even about 15 months too long. Okay. Yeah. And I'll just give you guys a little bit of insight. I have 2 girls on my team here, so I'll just call them out really quick. Rosa, I talked to her back and forth through text, like she said, somebody, yes. And I remember I was following up, and this girl didn't even reply to me. She just signed up. And she already had the steps and everything. I was following up with her for like the 100th time. And then she just signed up and she's like, okay, done. What's next? Like, I go here. She was real like on the go. Miss Priscilla here, I remember I was talking to her about trying out the gummies as a customer. And then when we had our BOGO gummies, or it was like a startup kit with the gummies, like the $50 one, I was like, hey, do you want to do this instead? She's like, how does that work? Talk to her really quick. She's like, okay, I can do that. So she got started, and look at her. Like, seriously, I love it. But like Becca said, this is going to be a DT focused Zoom. So we're going to talk a little bit more about DTs. So I asked you guys how you found out about this, how long it took you to join. I want to also ask, I know Becca has shared the video with Sherry Lynn Alcala and Erin Tweed not too long ago. How many of you watched it? Drop a me in the chat if you watched it. Okay, because we can give you all the trainings and all the videos and all the Zooms that really hit close to us. But if you don't watch it, then like that's on you. You can always go back and watch it. But I'm just saying, like, you can give everyone the tools and few will actually use them. And I don't say this to make you feel bad at all if you haven't had time to watch it. But honestly, like, I'm washing dishes, folding laundry while I listen to stuff. That's just how my life is. Well, on that Zoom, she's Sherry Lynn. She's built to the top of the company 3 times. And she said the one thing, now that she's in corporate, the one thing she would tell us after all these different like systems and structures and everything that we've gone through with the company, she says the one thing she recommends everyone to do is to get back to building a team. She's like, get back to enrolling distributors, because she's like, I remember hearing about so-and-so making I don't know how many success bonuses, but they're not even keeping up with the Ruby. Like, they're not getting sustainable income. So you also want to think about it this way. Like, how much would you say, I'm just going to put this example. Have you kept track over like how much time you put into your business every day? Like, how much time do you actually work your business? Becca and I are kind of accountability buddies. So we'll tell each other like, okay, I spent an hour here. I have 2 hours going, Have you kept track? And if you have not, consider yourself like a business owner and actually track your hours, log your hours. And it's a little tricky because we're so used to doing like some messages here, like everything kind of scattered. But imagine, let me just like, for simplifying reasons, let's say you put in an hour of work a day. Okay. 1 hour, one of you. And let's say that you enroll 9 distributors. Okay. And you teach them to work their business an hour a day. You are going to be working your business 10 hours a day in one day if you are putting in an hour and your 9 DTs are putting in an hour. Okay, so you notice how that one little bit of work multiplied? That's just like our business. Your customers are going to multiply. The percentage you're going to get paid out on is multiplying. You're teaching others to do what you're doing. And which brings me back to what Becca mentioned about you teaching your team and like doing the work first and leading by example, basically. Because one thing that I've learned from leadership is it's so much easier to teach my team what to say if I'm already doing it. So like, let's say you enroll a DT and right away they're getting asked, okay, how does this work? Give me some information. You don't want to be like, oh my gosh, what are they going to say? Because I literally, I have no experience talking to DTs anymore. Like I haven't talked to a PDT in a long time. You want to know exactly what to say. You want to know exactly how the conversation is going to flow. And so my suggestion to you is to become your first runner. So be the first person that's actually working your business so that you can then easily shoot them the replies and teach them how to work based on you already working. Also, sometimes it's literally just leading, just being a leader and just, doing the work first. So like if I put up a post, I'm like, okay, team, go copy my post. Everyone goes and copies my post. Really simple. Okay. And also, let me just see. The last thing I had here written down was offering the business to 10 people a day. I don't care how busy you are, you can go down your friends list and pick 10 people to send a message to. And I know all of you have a message to send out because Becca has my boards and I have her boards. So I know there's like a script in there somewhere that you can send. So, and even then, how hard is it to just be like, hey, would you by any chance be interested in making a little extra income? I'd love to tell you, I'd love to give you more info if you would be interested. Like super simple. Don't overthink it. While we're continuing, I'm gonna pass it back on to Becca. Does anyone have any questions? Rosa, you still have my text. Anyone have any questions? Or please feel free to let us know if there's anything that you feel like you need help with. Like, is there any obstacle or any frustration you're feeling? Let us know now so we can address it and we can move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Y'all can drop stuff in the chat as you have questions and we'll try to watch for them or go back at the end and check too. Anything DT related. She said yes, enrolling DTs. We're about to get there, girlfriend. We're going to give you all the tips for how to enroll them DTs. First thing I just want to say is just reiterate what she was saying. Make sure that you're being engaged. Make sure that you're plugging in, that you're being loud. And that includes like behind the scenes and on your page. Like you need to show up as a leader before you are a leader or before you feel like a leader. So if you're shooting for Ruby, I want you to start today getting in your head and your mindset that you are already a Ruby. If you're going for diamond, you need to start walking and talking and acting like a diamond before you ever even hit that rank. Y'all, I was acting like a diamond before I was a diamond. I was on there like, listen, I'm a baller. I don't know what y'all talking. My check didn't say baller, but I said I was baller. So you know what? I was baller. All right. Nobody on there knew. Show up as your best self before you hit it. And so that means showing up excited in your stories. That means on the lounge page, we have a team lounge page. And Terry, you're welcome to get in and put your girls in there too, because I know you're in there as well. But we have a team lounge page where we put all of our potential distributors. That means showing up. Those aren't just my potentials. Those aren't just Ashlyn's potentials. Those aren't just Terry's potentials. Those are everyone's potential distributors, and they don't know us from Adam. They don't know us. We're strangers that are randomly popping in there talking. They have no idea who we are. But if Rosa invites somebody to the lounge page and then they see Rosa went live, they're more likely to click that live and see what Rosa has to say because they know who she is. Or if she posts in there, they're more likely to be like, oh, I know her. Let me see what she said. We're strangers. They probably don't care what we got to say. Okay. We might catch them on a good day and they click on our live and listen and intrigue them. But at the end of the day, it's your potential. And so you've got to start showing up like a leader. What would a Ruby leader do? A Ruby leader would be in lounge pages. She would be in team pages when she has a tip. Even if it's something that you feel like is silly, like you figure out how to edit a photo through Instagram stories or something, that's not silly. Not everybody knows that stuff. Like the small things go a long way. If you figured out an easy way to start adding friends or something like that, just anything, sharing it, because you are slowly building your leadership before you ever even have a team. And then once you have a team, it's just going to fireball and make you that much better. So start now being the person that you're wanting to be, whether that's a Ruby leader, a Diamond leader, whatever it is. And that's going to help attract those DTs to you as well. So, and then showing your work, like get in your pages or your chats. And whenever you enroll a distributor or a customer, that's something easy that everybody can do, you guys. When you enroll a customer or a DT, share your screenshots for how you got it. If it was through Messenger, this is what that conversation looks like in case anybody needs some tips or some help. Y'all, that right there is creating duplication, and it's starting to build your leadership skills. Okay. And shoot, sometimes I might want to take y'all stuff. Y'all ain't using exact scripts and boards. Sometimes I might want to be like, oh, maybe I need to try that. That's pretty cool. So you could even wind up teaching your leaders something. I learn stuff from people all the time. So anyway, here is how to find your DTs. Number one, host a post. Do host a post. Whenever I'm doing a DT push or a DT focus, I like to put out first half of the month, DT host a post. So having other people put the biz op on their page for me. And then DT warm messages. If y'all don't have one, you can get with me or Terry and we can send you the one we use. If you're on my team, it's in our Diamond Tribe thing under reach out messages. So DT/disservice. But I send that out every single day. I send it to 30 to 50 people on Facebook and then 30 to 50 on Instagram. So I send out at least 60 to 100 of those every single day. So your DT warm message, your host to post, going back to the host to post part, make sure that you're sending the thank you message every time they put something up, even if it's a product post or if you're like focused on giveaway posts to grow your market instead. You can go back and send them the thank you message. The one that we have offers them both the business and product. So I've signed people from that before. They're like, oh, actually interested in extra income. What's that about? And so make sure you're doing that. And then even though you send them that thank you message and it had the biz and the products offered in it, still go back at the end of the month or the beginning of the next month and offer them the business again. Once again, under reach out messages, we have a message for that. But you're just going back in and saying, hey, would you be interested in what I do? Like, are you sure? Because you literally just done what I've done and posted and your post killed it. Can I give you some more information? And sometimes people will be like, yeah, you know what? That did do good. Let me hear what it's about. And so the other thing is I know some of you are going to roll your eyes so hard at me, but y'all, I don't know how many times I have to say, break through your glass ceiling. Until you do that, if this is what is holding you back, what I'm about to say, and it's something that scares the living SHIT out of you, then maybe that's what's holding you back from getting to the next level. And you need to break that glass ceiling. It is okay. Nobody's going to touch you. And if they laugh at you, you can't hear them. They're probably in another state or another country on the other side of their phone screen. Okay, you will never know. Don't read comments. Turn them off. So, or actually don't turn them off. They need a comment, but don't read the bad ones. Okay, filter them out. Anyways, TikToks and Reels, you guys. TikToks and Reels. Do them. On there, it's very like you need to have a bunch of non-related stuff and then sprinkle in, just like on Facebook, sprinkle in the business stuff. You have to build up your, what is that called? Your niche on there and figure out what works for people. For me, it's like mom content or wife content, like sarcastic stuff. That works good for me. And then I sprinkle in the biz every now and then. So a product or a business TikTok. But those work really, really well. When they comment on TikTok, filter them over to your Instagram or filter them to your text messages. You could set up a tap link so that they can just click it in your bio and send you a direct text message that way. The other thing is follow-ups. Make sure that you're following up with everybody. And if it's a customer you've been following up with for a long time, maybe one day instead of following up with them about the product, follow up with them about the business. Be like, hey, I know you're not interested in product right now, but would you maybe want to earn some extra income with me? Listen, I'm saying this, like I have literally the other day had to have a reality check that I'm not adding enough friends every day because I have almost 5,000 friends on Facebook and I reached the bottom of my friends list. I have now literally offered the business to all 4,000, whatever number it is, friends that I have on Facebook. So I'm having to really dig to find people to send my DT message to. But even though I've sent them all the DT warm message, I'm still going to offer them a message and follow-ups. I'm going to offer it again when they host a post. Like, I will offer them the business over and over again until they're just like, even if they say no, I don't know. People's lives change every like 3 months, and you never know if they've had a shift in their finances or not, and now they're interested, but they forgot about you. So just saying. Another thing is old LCs. Those make some of the best distributors, you guys, because they've already tried the products. They already have testimony. So go back and offer them the business opportunity after they have tried the product. That's a good follow-up. And if you're using our customer follow-ups in our boards, ding, ding, ding. Are y'all catching a pattern here? Use our boards. Like, we got some good scripts in there, you guys. We got some good scripts. Shout out Ashlyn Brown. Worked really hard on those boards, and we got some good scripts in there, okay? They be working. So anyway, go back and offer it to your customers. Offer the business opportunity. And then also make sure you're keeping up with the likes on your post. You can message them. I do that at the end of the month. Anybody that liked my post, I'll take a screenshot. I can't share it here because I'm on my laptop, Brittany, but I will make sure that is she on your team, Terry?
She's on the Diamond Empire chat.
Okay, I'll share it in there whenever we get off of here. But anyway, so make sure that you're going back and you're got ahead of myself, messaging your like post. So what I'll do is, and I do this on Instagram too, I'll take a screenshot of the post that they liked so that they know what I'm referring to, because I do it at the end of the month, so it could have been on the first and they forgot in 30 days. And I'll just message them and say, thanks for the love on my post. Would you like more? Would you be interested in more details? And they'll either tell me yes, or they'll just say I was interested, or I was just showing some love, and that's okay. Anyways, and then the other thing is story views, making sure that you're messaging your story views and you're offering them the business opportunity too. That's another month-end task that I really like to do, is just go back through everybody who's been watching my stories. And that leads me to my next point. It's super important to make sure that you're in your stories every single day. And I know it doesn't seem like it's a business task or a DT related task if you're in there talking about your kids or sharing you making your coffee or X, Y, and Z, but it really is a business related task because they are relating to you as a person. And so usually whenever people join me, it's because they relate to me on something other than the business opportunity. They're like, oh, you're a mom and your life is chaos and you can make money. Well, I need to make money and my life is chaos. Maybe I really can do this. So you have to share your life and let them see who you are as a person, because they're going to relate to that, and that's going to draw them to you as well. And that's going to draw them to you quicker than you sitting there being like, I made this much money and I don't know, do you want to do my business? Whatever. You know, that's not exactly what it would say, but that's going to draw them to you quicker than having a business thing out there. So try to show your face, talk in your stories, share your life, and then at the end of the month, you can scroll up on your first made story with the most views and message your views. And then the other thing was live post on your Facebook. So making sure that you are sharing business things every single day. I try to do every other day of the week, put something about the business on my page, like a biz post. That can be a short and sweet one, or it can be like a live post / biz post. So it's like me watching TV with my kids and talking about how I'm glad that I get to soak up that time thanks to this business, and I could still make an extra income with them, you know, by my side. But not only do you need to make sure that you're doing that, once again, just like I said with stories, you need to make sure that you're also doing the non-it work stuff and you're sharing your life, because when they're coming to your page from host to post or from you adding, if they only see join my team, or this product, that product, and there's nothing about you on your page, they're less likely to stick around or like stay interacting with your stuff. And so that's why it's so important to make sure that you're always posting your life on there, but don't forget to trickle in the business every other day, at least every other day minimum. Y'all, if Ashlyn wouldn't have posted back to back, I wouldn't have joined her. Okay. I remember scrolling past the first thing I seen on there, and then I scrolled a little bit further and there she was again with the biz post, and it was the second post that made me message her. I was like, well, what is she doing? Okay. So it's important that you post multiple times about your business, not just once a week. If she posted once a week, the algorithm probably wouldn't have had 2 back to back. Okay. It probably would have been 1 and I would have skipped. Thank God she posted more than once. Okay. So make sure that we're not just opening our business and offering that opportunity one time. Offer it every other day at least, or you can do it every night if you want to, but have some good life stuff in between. And then make sure that all right, I say make sure. There's so many different ways, and I don't want to say make sure because different teams do things differently and different people do things differently. But my team knows I am huge for getting them on the phone, okay? So have the conversation, give them the basics, and then if you're on my team, get their booties on the phone, okay? Set up a three-way call. Joni has signed somebody on the phone from a three-way call. Okay, Diana done signed somebody from a three-way call. I'm pretty sure Ashlyn done signed people. She didn't do a three-way because she don't three-way with me. I'm not cool. Just kidding. Anyway, she done signed somebody on the phone. She's a baller, does it by herself. So does Diana, does them by herself. I'm trying to see who else is on here that's done three-way with me. I think that's it. But anyways, do the three-way calls. I'm telling you, if I can't do it and I'm not free, like I have my schedule in the boards, shoot Ashlyn a text. I'm sure she'd be fine to three-way with you if one of my times aren't available. If I'm not free and you need help, I'm sure Miss Diana would be happy to hop on there and three-way with you, you know? And if you're on Terry's team, shoot her a text. I'm almost 100% positive she will say, yeah, girl, let's set up a three-way call. Let's do it. I'm telling you, there's something about getting them out of Messenger. Ashlyn dropped our boards in the chat, you guys. That's the one I was talking about. Thank you, Ashlyn. But there's something about getting them off of Messenger and onto the phone. You go from being what they're seeing is just like a board, like boom, boom, send, you know, like a little robot type thing because we're going so fast and the messages are so long. It's already pre-typed. Like they could tell we didn't type 1 million words in 1 minute. No. Okay. There's something about getting them off of Messenger and onto the phone. I have never had the relationship with my distributors like I do now that I get them on the phone. And that's what you want. You want to be, and I now have the mindset of like, if I don't feel like I can just pick up the phone and call you like you're a girlfriend and talk to you, then I don't really want you on my team. Like I know I can call Joni or Diana or Madison or well, both the Madisons. Look at y'all, Madison. I was saying Madison and the Madison back to back, but both the Madisons. I feel like I could call any of you guys right now and talk to you guys like girlfriends. No problemo. Okay. And that's because I've built that relationship with y'all already. It's already been bridged. It's already been built. It's important to get them on the phone. They need to hear your voice. They need to hear that you care enough to actually call them and that they're not just another scripted copy and paste thing. Okay, so I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to let Sherry, I'm going to let her share her tips on how she signs distributors because she does do things a little bit differently. And that's okay. That's the great thing about this business is it's not cookie cutter. It's not copy and paste. So you can do whatever works best for you and it's getting you results. So go Terry or Sherry.
You're cracking me up. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yes, I do things a little bit differently but also some of the same. So I actually want to give Becca a shout out because she encouraged me to do phone interviews and do phone calls. So you can either do more formal type interviews. They're called informal interviews, but it's basically like setting up a schedule, like a time. I've done it that way, and I've also done it on the spot where people, especially when we have kits, discounted kits, and people are like, okay, but how does this really work? It's either my message to give like my reply back is either, okay, do you have a quick 30 minutes right now so I can send you a quick video that you can look over and let me know when you're done watching? And then they're like, okay, yeah. And so then I send them a video. Or it's something like, okay, awesome. Do you have a couple minutes right now where I can just give you a call? It's so much easier to just explain it to you over the phone. And I'm doing this through voice message. Lose the fear of voice messaging, okay? What's going to make you different than other It Works distributors? That's what you need to always have in your mind. What's going to make you different than, because I'm pretty sure they at least have one other It Works person on their timeline, not just you. So what's going to make you stand out? What's going to make you different? So sometimes, and this phone call, you guys, it's not like, hey, this is Terry with It Work. No, I'm like, hey girl, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, you're dropping off your kids. Oh yeah, no, we homeschool. Yeah, we've been homeschooling for blah, blah, blah. Like literally just talking, breaking the ice. And then it's like, okay, let me just tell you really quick what I do. So super simple. What I do is I work on social media. I post, like as you've been seeing, I post about our products. I post about the opportunity because then I tell them a little bit about how life was for me. You know, when I found this, I got laid off after I started this. This was a sign from God. I followed it. I'm still here. You know, like just kind of like tell them, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know. It's super simple because our business, you guys, it's simple. Our business is simple. We just need to talk to people. and post. We just need to talk to people. Be willing to talk to people. If you are not in people's inbox, you are not building potentials. You're literally letting your business, like, imagine like a plant and like slowly like dying. Honestly, that's what I imagine. If you're not in people's inbox, if you're not constantly looking for conversations and attracting people to you, your business is dying. Like, I'm just gonna be straight out and say that your business is dying and you're not gonna move forward and you're gonna feel stuck, but you did it to yourself. Okay. And the reason why I can say this is because I've been there. So how do you turn that around? Like Becca said, do the reels and TikToks. Okay. I remember one time, oh my gosh, this was the most awesome thing ever. It was like Halloween. We were looking for a costume for my son. And I remember I posted a quick video of me talking on TikTok. It was me talking. It was not words. It was not anything. I was literally sitting in this chair, had a blanket over me. I was talking, hey, I'm looking for blah, blah, blah. You guys can go stalk my TikTok. It's like before December. I don't know. It was like October. It must have been because it was Halloween. Anyways, I got brave. I posted it. I'm like, who needs money for Christmas? Blah, 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 whatever. While we were out and about running errands, my phone was blowing up. I got like 200 text messages from people. It just said work, 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 work. People, I don't have people text me the word money. I used to. I don't have people text me opportunity or income. I have them text me the word work. Why I did that is because I want people to know it takes work. Like, this is work. It's not gonna be handed to you. You all know, if you've been in this business, it takes work. Messaging is work. But would you rather be doing this or would you rather be doing hard labor? Because I don't know how many of y'all know hard labor, and this is not hard labor. It is like a little exhausting and draining if you like don't know how to balance everything, but it is not hard. Like sending out a couple like text messages or, you know, reaching out or posting TikToks, reels, it is not hard labor. So consider yourselves blessed with this opportunity. And also, I remember being at conference one time. I think it was 2017 conference. I remember being at conference and Pam Souter, the OG rap queen, she had her mic and she said, okay, if you feel like It Works has blessed you in any sort of way, stand up. And I was like, of course. Like, I stood up because I'm like, well, I got laid off, you know, or no, I didn't know. This was actually before I got laid off. It was a month after, like a month before. But I stood up because I had already made some money. I had made $50 from Rap Cash. I had, you know, gotten this community. I didn't feel like a loner anymore. You know, I felt like, okay, like I have something that I can look forward to and work for. And like I have goals now and dreams. Like before It Works, I honestly didn't have big dreams. I was very like, well, hopefully I can pay my rent next month. You know, like I'm gonna shoot for maybe going to the beach that's like an hour away, maybe like next summer. I don't know. It was just not big like now. Like now I want acres. I want to build a house. I want cows. I want mini cows. Okay, all over my acres. Like I have set up, I want a she shed, like a little barn style she shed. Like I have already envisioned these things. And you just kind of have to realize, okay, has this business model, has this business done something for you to feel blessed, like it's a blessing in your life? Drop a number 1 in the chat if you have felt it bless your life in some sort of way. Friendships, losing weight, personal development, anything like you have a little more purpose in your life other than just being a mom or a dog mom or whatever, a wife, you know. Drop a number 1. Thank you. Okay, so there you go. All of us. So if you have this blessing in your life, why are you not talking about it? And why are you not sharing about it? You're kind of like holding it captive to yourself. And if you think about it, like if you're afraid of being judged, y'all, Jesus was judged. I don't know if you guys are, you know, women of faith or people of faith, but Jesus was judged. Not everybody liked him. Okay? And he was the most divine, perfect person. Like, not everybody liked him. So who cares what people have to say, and who cares what people think of you or if people judge you? Okay? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you were just thinking. And he loves to give more to people who are going to steward things well. So you got to think about that too. Are you going to be a good steward of the people that he's trusting you to lead? Okay? we're basically like, the way I see it, and this is a little like whatever, it might be a little cheesy, but I feel like we are his disciples here in like the network marketing world, because we're here to do things right. We're not here to steer people the wrong way. Okay. So I just feel very, very excited about this. Let me see if I have something else. Oh yeah. The other reason why you want to post the reels and TikToks is because on the reels, you can go and message everyone who liked your reels, not just your posts. So you can go back and message everyone who likes your reels. And what else did I write down? Okay, the last thing I'll share, because I don't want to hold you guys off too much, but people, okay, so the way people work is you have to trigger a feeling. Okay, so when you're posting, when you're talking on your stories, whatever you're doing, you have to trigger a feeling, because if they don't feel like they need this, they're not going to join. If you're just talking to them and being scripted and not getting to the root of why they need this, you're not going to have them join. And if they join, they're going to kind of be like, oh, okay, like their emotional attachment is not there. You have to get to the root of why they need this. Okay, girl, you're struggling right now. Or, you know, I'm not going to tell you this is going to be easy, but it's going to help you get out of that struggle if you really work with me. And you have to truly believe that. I don't care if you've made 1 cent with It Works. I don't care if you've made $5,000 or more with It Works. You have to know that if you've made a cent with this business, you can make more than $1 million. Okay, like it's just how it is. Okay, so truly just have that belief in yourself, that confidence. And you all have leaders here, and even if you have been an orphan, because I've been an orphan before in the company. Hello. Hi Brittany, I see your smile. Even if you're an orphan, you have people here who care and want you to do well too. You know, like we all work better when we're like putting in our 2 cents here, 2 cents there. This is working, this is working. I don't like the whole like, no, I don't want to share this with you. Like, it's like, you know what? If it's working for, like, believe in abundance. If it's working for you, it can work for others. And what God has for you, He has it for you. Nobody can take that. Okay. Your potentials are yours. Your distributors are yours. Your team is yours. Your friends are yours, whatever, you know, like just be confident in that. But if you have felt like an orphan, we're here to help. If you are on our downline, if you're on Becca, Ashlyn's team, my team, just know you have leaders that want you to do well and are here for you, here to help. But we cannot help you if we are not being approached or told like what's going on. You know, is it something maybe you're going through a rough patch and maybe you just need a little bit of prayer, or maybe you're like, okay, I really want to work, but what's going on? I'm not seeing enrollments. Like, you know, what is it? It could be just a little switch in a wording you're sending out. Okay, or it could just be like, hey, try this instead. Like it's all about just like playing around with it. But I want to say that's pretty much it. Does anyone have any other questions? Because oh yeah. Last thing, how Becca was talking about sending screenshots. I literally did this with the last DT that enrolled with me. And so my girls, and it's funny because I always tell my girls, how'd you get her? Did she come from a host to post? You know, how did you get this enrollment? And so one of my girls asked me, how did she sign up? Tell us the story. I'm like, okay, here you go. Here's the screenshots. Okay, so the screenshots were basically this girl had replied to a reel or a TikTok last year in June. Okay, and she filled out my application when we had applications. So she enrolled. I mean, she approached me. I gave her info, left me on red. She messaged me work, probably from another TikTok, and I replied, and she got a little bit of info and then wasn't replying. And so she also replied to one of my stories asking for an entry, but I think I was just caught up with so many entry messages I didn't reply. And then last week I posted an opportunity story, you know, the ones that have like your picture in the background and then like a little darkness and then like work openings or whatever, and like the little bullet points of what it is, and then swipe up work if you want info. Well, she swiped up on it. And I was like, hey, what's your number? Because I talk to so many people a day. I don't keep track of everyone's numbers unless they're like almost ready to sign up. So she gave me her number. I messaged her and I had a whole message thread. Her message thread popped up on my phone. And I was like, hey, I realized we already talked about this opportunity. Do you want me to give you a call? I offered the phone call. Okay. She was at work, she couldn't take it, but I told her these are the ways to join, these are the kits. Are you ready? I can send you the instructions on how to get started. She's like, yeah, send them over, I'll sign up. I went to bed because she was not replying, she was at work. She signed up at 2 a.m. I woke up to an UDT. Okay, like there's no one way to do this. You just have to wake up and say, okay, how can I attract people to me? What can I post? But it does take consistency. So every day, I know Becca, you know, takes a Sabbath. You guys might take a Sabbath. I'm just kind of like off of my phone from Saturday night to like Sunday morning. You know, like I'm not really doing business things during that time. But one thing for sure is on my stories, I'm always posting product, business, product, business, product, business, even if it's just one story slide. Okay. And then like palm trees, because I live in Texas and there's palm trees. So I'm like, I'm gonna post it. But share share your life. You don't have to air out your dirty laundry, but people want to get to know you and they will trust you. And when they're ready, they're gonna sign up. But you also have to follow up. Okay. And the sooner you can keep track of your potentials, I know Becca has a whole, like, I'm sorry, whole ass binder, okay, full of follow-ups. Mine are like in different little like notebooks or planners or whatever. But just know a system and like stick to it. Okay. But your potentials will sign up, they will eventually enroll. You didn't sign up on the very first conversation you had with your enroller, so just be patient. Okay. They will sign up. Let me see any questions. Yeah, Takea, you're an orphan like me. It's okay. Well, I have an upline, but she's I don't know if you want to address Madison's question.
Yes, I will. So before I do though, I just feel like I need to reiterate what she just said because I've heard it 3 times, and as soon as she said it, I had the biggest gut nudge, which is God. Okay, I don't know what you believe, but it's God. Somebody on here just needs to hear it again. Jesus was judged too. On his way to be crucified, while he was on a cross, he was judged too. So I truly feel that somebody on here is either scared of what people are going to think when they start making more money because they get a promotion, or they're scared of what people are going to say if they start posting a certain type of way, or they're scared of, listen, it doesn't matter. Those people don't pay your bills. Okay? I heard it said the other day, and if y'all got children, y'all might want to cover their ears, okay? But this is the truest statement ever. If they ain't fucking you, feeding you, or paying your bills, they ain't got no reason to be up in your business. Okay, and you have no reason to be listening to them. Their opinion is irrelevant. Okay, so unless they are doing one of those things, they have, there it is. Madison had it, the 3 F's. There it is. Financing, that's the word I couldn't think of. Paying your bills, same thing. If they're not doing those things, their opinion is irrelevant. Okay, so it doesn't matter what they think of you. Imagine if Jesus would have, and sorry, I've got a toddler crying right here, but imagine, can you shut that door for me, please? Okay, I know I'm almost done. Sorry. Anyway, so imagine though, if Jesus would have been like, oh, I'm being judged, I'm not going to go through with this. Where would we all be today? You know, you can't let that stuff hold you back. You cannot let it hold you back because you need to put your blinders on. You need to put the headphones on and block them out, okay? Because they are holding you back from something great, okay? We all have millions at our freaking fingertips. We just have to go get it, but you can't go get it if you're constantly worried about what somebody who isn't doing one of the 3 F's to you thinks about you, okay? You've got to stop. You got to stop. And if you're brand new, I know that that's a fear. We all have it of like, oh, what are they going to think? Whatever. Like, how is this going to work? Put it aside. Okay. You joined this for a reason, but you're never going to get to that reason if you're letting something like that hold you back. So anyway, I had to reiterate that because I don't think y'all heard her because God hit my gut and he said they didn't hear her. Okay. Because that's the 3rd time when I was reading my Bible this morning doing my reading, that was the verse that I was reading. And I was like, okay. And then today when I turned on my personal development, it was there again. And then Terry just said it. And I was like, okay, they didn't hear her. Somebody needs to hear her. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to close this out just by saying, before I address Madison's question as well, that there is no perfect way to do this business. as y'all have heard, I do it one way and Terry does it another way. Ashlyn does it her way. We've got leaders on here that do it all different ways. But the point is that you find something that works for you and you run with it. Okay. Leadership leaves clues. So you can pave your own way once you start getting familiar with some of the basics. How do we post and how do I do this? And then you can figure out, kind of play with it and figure out what works for you. But follow us leaders. We know what we're doing. Okay. So trust us to use what we give you. And then just be yourself, because at the end of the day, they're not going to join you. You're not going to get TTs if you're not being yourself. So in answer to your question, Madison, what if we can't find somebody who wants to enroll? Okay, I'm going to be super blunt. Okay, super red and blunt. With that mindset, you never will. Period. 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 Okay. We will never. Every time I say period, that sticks in my head. Kids. Anyways, if you don't know what it is, you probably don't have kids. Anyway, or TikTok for that matter. But you have to change your mindset. Y'all, it's crucial to get into some personal development every single day. Be filling your cup. Because if you're thinking, I'm never going to find anybody, that is the enemy. He's already planted in your head. He's already got stake right there. Okay. He's got hook, line, and sinker, and he's going to pull you down. You've got to get rid of that mindset. Number one. Okay. Number two, you've got to just know that you just need to do all the things. And Madison, you're still in training, but we're going to be going over during your training how to find distributors and the specifics of that. And we're going to find your DT. So don't think like, well, I'm never going to find it, because you will. Okay. You're still brand new and there's still so much life to blossom out of your business, girlfriend. So much life, but don't spray weed killer on your plant before it ever blooms, because if you're having those things, you're just killing it out before you can ever have your harvest. So don't do that to yourself. You will look yourself in the mirror every single day, and that goes for you guys that are a little bit more seasoned. If you're having those seeds of doubt, look yourself in the mirror every single day and say, I am going to sign a DT today. I am a mass enroller. Okay. Distributors flock to me. People on TikTok gonna see my reel today and they gonna sign up. Okay. Somebody's gonna respond back to my message today because I sent out a real winner. Okay, it was a real winner. whatever it is that you're doing, speak life over it and give yourself those positive affirmations every single day. You've got to be your own cheerleader. Okay. And then know that we're cheering for you too, because we're in the background as well. Do you have anything that you want to add, Terry?
Yeah, I was gonna piggyback off of what you just said about the mindset thing. I think it's so important because you are gonna attract the person that you are. So if you're currently like in a band, I'm not just talking to you, Madison, don't feel like it's geared towards you because you asked the question, but like for everyone in general, if you're currently self-sabotaging your results because you're like, what if this person enrolls and I don't even know how to train them? Shut down. If you're like, I don't even know if this post is going to get a lot of hits, shut down. Speak life over your business. Speak life over your results. Journal it out. I'm a mass enroller. I'm a mass weekly bonus earner. Like whatever you got to journal it out, because it is going to have to come from you before you see it on paper, before you see it come through. But also you even have, like, I know Cassie Westland had like a list of traits that she wants her perfect distributor to have, or, but you have to become those things first before you attract those things. But you attract what you are. Okay, so if you are confident, if you are doing the lives, the TikToks, the reels, you'll notice your team following your ways. So if you see my team's TikToks and reels, it's probably because they also like saw me posting TikToks and reels, and they got that little encouragement of, oh, she's doing it. Okay, let me go do this and see how it goes. Like, just have that confidence and be willing to learn, but become those things first. So become consistent. I feel like being consistent is just, in general, you just have to be consistent. But also, one thing I wish I knew, okay, I'm going to just tell you guys the last tip. One thing I wish I knew when I was, months ago, years ago, because sometimes we could feel like, okay, I've been in for this long. Why aren't I where I want to be? Okay. So one thing I wish I knew was you don't have to check off a box. to see results. Like you don't have to be stuck to a to-do list or like a task list to see results. Sometimes it's one TikTok or reel I put up and I literally have conversations the whole day from that. Sometimes it's sending out host to post messages. Like, yes, we give you like a KPI list or like a task list, and it is good for you to be consistent in some things, but don't feel like don't kick your own ass if you didn't complete it, and especially don't put it away like to the side for a whole week. Like be consistent every day. You're gonna have to show up every single day, and it's gonna be hard, and sometimes you're gonna be like, F this, and everyone's telling me no, blah blah blah. And sometimes it's just a mindset shift where you take a little break, go outside and get a breather, go and run an errand. My husband always makes fun of me because he's like, I think you just need to go to Target or something. Because every time I go to the store, I get someone saying, I'm ready to order or whatever. I'm like, oh my gosh. But I'm like, you don't understand. These are follow-ups I did yesterday, like, but still, it gives you that good vibe. I do believe in good vibes too, like good energy. It gives you that mindset shift of, okay, I'm ready to move forward and I'm ready to like lead this person. Maybe if they were to want to sign up yesterday, like let's just be honest, if you're in a bad mood and somebody wants to sign up, you're not going to give them your whole attention and your whole energy, the best energy that you can. Whereas if they sign up the next day or whatever day, even if it's not convenient for you or for your chart or whatever, it's just all up to you. Like just work on your mindset, work on your confidence, and work on your daily non-negotiables. And you're just, honestly, if you're just consistent, you're going to get enrollments. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You're going to get them. You just have to focus on being a master at your own work first. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, so she's done. I'm going to write down everybody that was here till the end for the drawing. So if I don't call off your name, let me know. And I've already got names written down. So let me know if they're not here anymore. Be like, they're not here. So Madison Rains, that's you, girlfriend. Rosa, Joni, Diana, Brittany Wilkinson. Is she here? Yes. Okay. Ashlyn Brown, Madison Weimiller, she left. And then Priscilla, I got you, and Takia. Yep. All right, everybody here but one. So we got your entries recorded, and we'll put y'all in. So I hope to see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow's dress up day is spring is in the air, so you can wear pastels, florals, anything springtime. So anyways, same Zoom, same time, and we'll see you. Bye guys. Have a good night.